I'll fix it after the thing.
I'm fine.
And we're live. Hey, everybody.
Hi, Mike. We are now streaming live.
All right, let's do this.
It's open when it's light, it's open when it's dark. It's the Treasure Hunt Amusement Park. Masquerade and Forrest Fenn are closed, but there are plenty more rides than just those. Treasure Hunt Star and Treasure Man, Vegas Die and Oak Island. Give them a try and you'll be smiling. This place never closes, that's for certain. There's always a reason to keep searching. Boots on the ground, look, look, look. Your ticket to the ride is the book. The dream of the treasure is the hook. The dream of the treasure is the hook. Keep searching forever, start searching now. Grand adventures with Kpro and Cow. The secret, a gypsy's kiss, the whistle pig. Come watch our show, win a prize, little or big. This place never closes, that's for certain. There's always a reason to keep searching. Boots on the ground, look, look, look. Your ticket to the ride is the book. The dream of the treasure is the hook. The dream of the treasure is the hook.
All right, time for some fun. Like it says, how you doing, Kpro?
I'm great. How are you?
I'm tired, but I'm okay. I'm doing all right. Hopefully that sounded okay and the audio is all right. So today is Monday, July 13th. We're getting through the summer already, everybody. It's like halfway done. So the Treasure Hunt Amusement Park, we do have a brand new ride to talk about tonight.
We have two brand new rides.
Just keep opening up.
Wait, we have three brand new rides to talk about.
Yeah, there's a couple. There's
Yeah.
a couple. Yeah, one I think we mentioned, one or two we may have mentioned. There's one I know we haven't though. So
Do we want to do our Forrest Fenn update first and then get into the, do we want to talk about the big ride that shut down, but we want to know like what happened to it? Do we want to do a little update?
what happened to it?
So I think everybody knows we're down to two of the lawsuits. Right now, the one I'm just going to call Arizona and Chicago. Arizona guy, the response has been made by Forrest. We are waiting on a response from the courts. Not only did he respond why he shouldn't have to go to Arizona, he also responded to why coming in second place is not something you can sue for. It was whoever gets title to the gold is the one that has the treasure chest, not the person that thinks they were second or third or fourth or didn't get out there or whatever. And he responded that way. So we are waiting on that response. The other one is the Chicago lawyer. She has filed for an extension on Friday, it looks like. And she has said in the statement, and I'm not a legal person, so I'm just going to give you kind of the layman's terms. She's going to take Forrest off as one of the people that she's suing, and she wants to subpoena him and make him testify to the identity of the finder, kind of mandated subpoena. And he has to give over that information. From what I understand, if you don't give over that information, you go to jail. So I don't know if that's the case in this situation because we haven't seen the briefing. So I think she's taken it from maybe a civil thing to more of a criminal thing. I don't know exactly. So it's really taken an odd turn. So she says she needs more time to take him off as a plaintiff. And then she wants him to be a mandatory witness that is subpoenaable and mandate him to testify to the finder's identity. So I'm so sorry, Forrest. It's gone from kind of crazy to really, really, I understand why the finder and Forrest are laying low at this point because it's just, and so we're waiting on a response that was filed on Friday or hit the court documents on Friday. I don't know how long it takes the lawyers to respond. So Yeah, I'm not even going to speak to the YouTube land. Yeah, I will just say the person that has filed this feels that people are not being nice with their responses, so has called out some of the tubers and some of the forums. Hasn't called them all out, has only called certain ones out that have been not nice to her, and she feels that this all needs to be sealed now. So only her and the people involved would know anything. So it's not an open document that is findable, because she is getting harassed and called names, and that is hurting her feelings or whatever. And she feels legally she is going. And there has been, she keeps coming out and contacting people and really wanting to engage with them during this process. So that's as much press as she's going to get from us. I wish all of them, I won't say luck, peace, whatever they need. But I'm definitely on Forrest's side on all of this. So it's pretty sad. So yeah.
The audio scratchy. Is that just Kpro or is that me as well? So I think when you move, there's something. If that's the micro, yeah, I think that.
Sorry.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Well, let me know. And
Yeah.
Iron says, "Don't say a lot." And
Yeah, well, in Chasing Indy, she can't sue us. From what I'm understanding, and Toby did a very thoughtful response, there's already precedence in the court that if we are not held to the journalistic level, forums, etc. If someone hurts your feeling on the forums, that's not something you can sue with. And to go through a libel, you actually have to show damages. This is an open set of information that's out there that can be responded to because it's open information. And so if someone hurts your feelings, it's kind of like I tell my 10-year-old, if you have a middle schooler or an elementary schooler, they deal with this all the time. You just ignore and you move on to something else. But that is the advice I give any 10-year-old or someone thinking at that level.
JK Pioneer is in the chat, and I got to give a big thank you to JK Pioneer because they sent something for me, you, Chris, and Eric. There were a lot of cool coins. I didn't get it on video. Eric was actually having a bad day that day when we opened them up. But big thank you for those coins. That was really cool. The dealer button that I got, or dealer card protector. And then Kpro, you got a frog, if I remember right?
Yeah, I got more than one, and my goodness gracious, it was nice.
And also a big thank you to Tony Woods, who sent some of that treasure hunting stuff, some coins, some gold dust, things like that for the boys as well. So there is a package that showed up today, but I will not be able to open it until Thursday's show. So that will be on Thursday.
Yeah, and we're going to talk about Dpro's hunt because we got a little family rivalry going on. So Mike put out his hunt, and it was solved like within 3 seconds, 4 minutes. I don't know.
Solve it in 2 hours. I purposely made it that easy. Go ahead.
Yeah, and so Dpro, actually, I sat down with Dpro, and some people are questioning, is this really Dpro's hunt? It is. It's something pretty simple, but clever, much like the Forrest Fenn hunt. He's kind of wanting to rival Mike, and then I'm going to do my own, but I was going to do my own. But Dpro was like, can we get this cipher wheel out? And so no one has solved it yet. We've had plenty of submissions. Nobody has solved it. So Dpro has given me a list of things to give out to all of you by way of hints. You cannot contact him. You cannot, he will not give you private hints. He will not privately respond to you. We're going to be putting this in the description box of the actual video. We're going to show the video in a second of his hunt. How was Forrest Fenn hunt simple? Well, Forrest said it was. You just find 9 clues. And Dpro is going to be, I have, let's see, 3 hints from him. But here you go. We'll see. So can you bring that up, Mike? That'll be the first ride that we're going to talk about is Dpro's ride. And here's the thing. If you don't know, and I put it in the description box, Dpro's 11. So if you think it's advanced, it's not going to be. If you are getting into anything advanced, think like an 11-year-old. It's not going to be that hard. But there's a clever little twist to it. So so you will see in a second.
So okay. This is a grand adventure from Dpro. This is on the Hint of Riches channel, the one you're watching right now. It's called Dpro's First Treasure Hunt, and it says it right there, and here it is. What were you going to say anything about it tonight?
Yeah, I'm going to say
Okay.
Yeah, I'm going to say 3 things. So right here is a cipher wheel. That is where you crack how you get to the one word that you're going to be submitting. So this right here, you'll see a cipher wheel and 2 coins. That is the methodology of how you get to one word. So that, and then this goes around to really what we call the puzzle. So the puzzle is then laid out in a specific order, and there again is one word. If no one gets it from these, I have one more thing to say in a second, then we will give you the amount of letters and that sort of thing. There is a pattern here, and based on that cipher wheel and the 2 coins next to it.
Is that a Spanish coin from Mr. Forrest Fenn? Oh, that's pretty cool.
Dpro has a lot of cool stuff.
I know it's a little blurry, and some people have said, well, I can't really make it out. Well, maybe that's part of the puzzle. Maybe it's not supposed to be easy. Are you giving how many letters are in the answer?
Nope, not until the next one, if no one solves it. The only thing I will tell you, and this is going to make some throw up their hands, and if world famous gamers in here, he might get excited. It is related to Fortnite. The answer is related to Fortnite.
So for anybody who doesn't know, Fortnite is an online game that has taken over. It's one of the biggest.
The world.
So the way you solve it is not related to Fortnite, but the answer itself is.
Yes, there you go. So it's pretty straightforward. We will give the amount of letters, but so there at the top, you see the cipher wheel and 2 coins. That's how you crack it. And then the ones below, or the rest of it, is how you come up with your one word. So there you have it.
Is one of the rides that are open. And the winner of that, whoever successfully sends the answer to chaseopley@gmail.com, right? Isn't that what we said?
Yes.
We'll get Chase Opley Thrill to Chase board game for free. So yeah, there it is. We'll see how long it takes. And like you said, you'll keep giving hints until it's solved. Is that right?
Yeah, we're looking for a new microphone for me, guys. Sorry, I'm having challenges.
Well, we
to
can
find.
no problem.
Yeah, everybody in the chat room is saying they can't hear me and it's breaking up.
Oh, I did not know that. Okay.
Yeah.
So I will give a shout out to Mr. Randy Pischel because he made a video a little bit about the grand adventure I did. So thanks, Randy. I had a lot of fun with that one. And I realized what I did is I gave the answer too soon. So it was solved within 2 hours, which it was kind of an easier one. I figured it would be solved by somebody out there. But 2 days later, I put it out on Tuesday on my birthday. Thursday, we gave the solution. I didn't give people enough time to really work on it, try and figure it out. So the next one that I'm going to do, which I hope to have it, if not this weekend, maybe next weekend, the next grand adventure, I will wait. This one is definitely going to be harder to solve, but I will wait a little bit longer. Even if somebody solves it, I will wait a little longer to give out the solution to everybody. So just some things that me and Kpro do, and we call them grand adventures.
Yeah, and it's kind of fun because I will say also, I am visiting Mike right now, and we were able to get actually Chris involved in the Dpro one. So it's kind of a Dpro and Chris, but I think Chris is going to want to do his own. So Mike and I have decided that a few of the hunts that we're going to get into, we might just stream us sitting at a table and walking through what we're doing as we're now kind of in the same area for a little bit. Yeah, I guess when I move around is when people are having a hard time. So I apologize, guys. I don't have my real microphone because I'm a visitor in a faraway planet. So we are going to be doing some private Zooms this week for some people that are really getting into particular hunts. So we want to announce that. We still have 2 more rides to talk about as well. So the first one you already saw was Dpro's ride is open. And I expect that to be the first of several that we're going to have some fun with. We're going to do some grand adventures. And I will say Mike and I are working on, we've actually splintered it into 2 separate hunts. And we're going to see how that goes. We had an idea, kind of him and I, on kind of more of an adult hunt, and then we have a kids hunt that we're working on as well. So we're going to take our time on that. We want to see how a lot of these rides go to develop the perfect ride.
Well, your audio's fine. It's just sometimes when you move, it's
it's this. I'm sorry. Yeah, I'm trying, guys.
Okay, so talking about, somebody said I need someone boots on the ground for Theodosia. Talking about Zooms, you want to give the schedule for it, for what's going on?
Yeah. So Mike does a, hold on one quick second.
Okay. So we're going to be doing some Zooms, everybody. And
Yeah.
these are closed to the public, meaning, actually, I take that back. They're open to the public, but they're private and they're not going to be for YouTube. It's just a place for people to come and discuss a couple different. So me and Kpro were kind of done with Theodosia, but a couple searchers have asked if we could do one more. So we're going to, and Kpro will give you the details.
Yeah, well, so Mike does a Beacon Star Zoom. This is tomorrow evening at 6 o'clock every Tuesday. They have a lot of fun. I would say there's between like 6 and 10 of them. If you're into the Beacon Star, or if you really want to get to know some of these ciphers and how they work and stuff, those guys are really, I think, the most advanced of the group, because I think everybody's participating, everybody's excited, they've actually cracked some stuff. I've sat in a couple of them. I don't know if I'll sit in tomorrow's. So Beacon Star is Tuesday, 6 p.m. Pacific time. So that is the Beacon Star. Theodosia, this will be the last one that I do. I would be happy to hand it over. Somebody wanted to take it over, which was fine. If someone wants to take it over, fantastic. Some people just want to complain and then want to say they want to take it over, but then don't step up. Whatever you want to do, you do you. The last Theodosia one that I am doing is going to be 5 o'clock on Wednesday, just before AGK. That's 5 Pacific time.
1 hour before AGK goes live on Wednesday. Right. So if you want in the Theodosia Zoom or the Beacon Star Zoom, email me, cowlazars@gmail.com. And then there's one more Zoom.
Mr. Clue, actually, there's a couple more things though. Mr. Clue is getting down to the end. So Thursday at 5 p.m., there right before our show is going to be the private Mr. Clue Zoom.
Oh, not after the show. Is that not correct?
Sure, we can change to whatever you want because you're kind of leading that.
We're changing things a little bit, and originally I had changed Mr. Zoom until after the show.
Mr. Zoom?
I've changed Mr. Clue Zoom. I changed the time because people are like, well, I'm at work. I can't do, we originally were doing it at 3 o'clock on Thursdays. And some people were like, well, I'm still at work. I can't participate. So then I moved it to Wednesday. And then I realized, well, wait a minute, the next clue comes out Thursday. So why do we do the Zoom before the next clue comes out? So officially the Mr. Clue Zoom is going to be Thursday at 7 p.m. That gives time to join that gives people time to join when they get out of work. So 7 p.m. Pacific after our normal live show Thursday, then we're going to do the Mr. Clue Zoom. And I will email everybody on the list to let them know about the change.
Okay. And
sorry, I couldn't be more help in the last couple of days.
Yeah, he's been a little busy. I kind of turn his life upside down when I come to visit. Okay. And then Greg Keller, GTC is his channel name. Every Friday at noon Pacific, these are all Pacific times, he does a Fandango. I tried to get into it this last week. If you're just starting, I would not recommend it because it's only going to be there for a couple more months. But it's kind of fun to go in and watch the guys that are trying to really crack it, or maybe try to get into it. But it's a lot more advanced than I thought it was going to be. They went over the most complicated of the illustrations, and it kind of made my head explode. But hey, I was there, and then AGK, Toby's doing a Toby Talk night Saturday at 6 p.m. Some people are very frustrated at me and a little bit at Mike, but mostly at me. I catch most of the hate about not wanting to listen to their solves. This is a perfect spot to call in and talk to Toby. Toby's taking calls. He gives you 10 minutes only. But for people that really want to get their solves and talk out some of their maybe frustrations of people not listening to their solves. No offense, but I get to choose where I put my time. Some people are even doing YouTube videos about how terrible I am for not listening to their solves. I do listen to some solves. I will say, if your WWWH isn't water for me, it just rules it out in my brain. Who am I? I'm nobody. So don't get hurt. Don't make terrible videos. Just find a friend that you can talk to about it, or call Toby on Saturday night, because I think that's a much more healthy way to deal with me not responding to your emails. I should not have that much influence in your life. Move on. Move on.
Okay, so there is a new ride, everybody. There's a new ride in the Treasure Hunting Amusement Park, and we're going to show it right now. I think it was Saturday night. I got an email, and it says, hey, I hear you like codes. And I said, yeah, that's true.
You had me at hello, is what you said.
Or maybe it was puzzles was the actual word. But check it out. It's another YouTube. It's one YouTube video, and I'm going to show it right now. World premiere, as far as I know. I'm looking. Uh-oh. Hang on. Because it was put up and it was actually taken down, but that's a good thing because he had to make a change. So it is back up and it should be good to go. There we go. Okay. Check it out. This is the YouTube channel, Master Morpheus, Mophios. Master Morpheus. It's one video. It's called The Code. And as you can see, he's using numbers for letters, a cognizant memorandum from the speculum of nature. I don't know what it means. It's got 3 subscribers, I think. But Cowlazars, what's the code? What is it? Again, $2,500. Whoever solves this and sends in the correct answer. $2,500. And this is going to go up the longer that nobody solves this thing. As you can see, this video only has 49 views, everybody. It came up yesterday, 49 views. So once again, me and Kpro are bringing you guys the info about the Treasure Hunting Amusement Park.
Can you put the link up?
Code based. What's that?
I can't find it. Can you put up the link? Oh, I spelled it wrong.
Yeah, I can put the.
Oh, you did. You did, or you're going?
No, in the chat, you mean? Yeah, I can
Yes,
do that.
please.
I would invite everybody to go subscribe. You never know if they're going to add hints at another time. As far as I can tell, there is not going to be another video. This is it. It's one video.
So cool.
And I'm going to walk you guys through it real quick, which the person said it was okay to do. So check it out. YouTube, Master Morpheus. The rules. Here's a bunch of numbers. The final hidden message. It sounds like this is what we need to solve and email him. The email, mastermorpheus@gmail.com. Hint, begin by finding where warm waters hold. Well, that sounds familiar, doesn't it? The process, and this is kind of tells you some things you need to do. I will say this, if you look at begin by finding where warm waters hold, these numbers he's using in place of letters. And that is they hint on how to do the rules. All you have to do for these rules, everybody, each number is a letter and it is not a shift. Take the 20th letter, the 8th letter, the 5th letter of the alphabet, the 6th. Just do that all the way through. It's pretty simple. I've already done it. And I thought about just reading it for everybody. But you know what? I'm not going to. That's part of the fun when you guys solve it yourselves. So you guys write these numbers down, convert them to letters, and you will get the basic message. And basically, it is the first person to email him the correct solution will get $2,500 US. Down here is the process. But what's interesting is the begin by finding, E for begin is not the 3rd letter. He's using letters down here that look like the letters. Up here, he's using the actual letter of the alphabet. So there's a little switch there. And I'll go through the video real quick.
Yeah, you can actually read it, begin it. Yeah, I get it.
Yeah, see what he's doing there. So
cool. What are we calling this one? Are we calling it the code?
This is Master Morpheus. That's the name.
Master Morpheus. Okay, I'm just.
Morpheus, you don't know, is a butterfly, everybody. That is a picture of a butterfly.
Or a flutterby.
This does say ROM3. Is that supposed to be Rome? ROME. The 3 looks like an E. So we have Rome. And I spent a couple hours on this the other night. I'm not going to tell you how far I got, but if anybody wants to collaborate, and maybe we even do yet another private Zoom on Master Morpheus, if you guys are interested, reach out. Cowlazars at gmail.
Michael, you just gave me a hard time about 4 Zooms this week, and now you know what? All you code people.
We could replace it with this one.
All you code people. No, and I do have to do a shout out because Randy, I don't think you realize, or maybe you do, when you were giving praise to Mike's, because you were like, this is the perfect code or a perfect puzzle because it fits and it's this and it's that. You would have thought the president called Mike to say, you guys are, the code people are a funny breed.
The Jarek, the game of chess from Star Wars. How easy was it? And now the first one, remember, was Rome. And as we play this, another set of letters come up. And this one is called home. So we have a Rome, ROM3, and then that goes away. Somebody said it's got a serious matrix feel. And now we have home, HOM3. Different sets of letters, but it looks like the same grouping. And then as we go along, look at this. We've got key 537D and key 537B is in Baker. So what is going on? Rome, home, Delta, Baker. That looks like a Beal. Somebody already said, yeah, this one is definitely going to take some using of the old brain power to solve. But I like these kind of puzzles.
Come on, AGK. Okay, Mike can work on that one because I'm with Angelin and a few others. Like my head just exploded. Yeah, this one isn't going to be for me, but I adore watching others on rides. I don't have to ride all the rides, but I like watching them.
$2,500, everybody. Total armchair. It is not boots on the ground. There's one video. I don't know if there'll be hints. I don't know what's going to happen in the future, but for right now, this is it. So if anybody wants to talk about it, shoot me an email, cowlazars@gmail.com. Yet again, another ride in the Treasure Hunting Amusement Park. And thank you to Master Morpheus for reaching out and saying, hey, here's a riddle. Again, don't know who the person is, but since the big roller coaster has been shut down, JBR Princess says, holy crap, that's a lot to decode. Yes, it is. But for $2,500, it should be a lot to decode, right? But since the big roller coaster is shut down, a lot of these smaller games have popped up, and that's a good thing. That's pretty cool. So
well, and somebody said, I feel a little overwhelmed. I don't know which one to do. And I called the person and we talked through it. I'm like, what is your brain like? Are they a code breaker Charlie like Mike? Are they more like, I'm like a kitchen sink Christy of imagination and all that. I'm not a code person. I have a PhD with stats, but I don't enjoy sitting down and doing codes like that. And so we started talking through, okay, then you might enjoy this one or might enjoy that one. And I think it's almost like we're the dating site people because we can match you to your perfect ride. I don't know. Yeah. So I know what chasing Indy is.
yeah, that's true. I mean, it takes a certain mindset, for it to be fun. Some people are like, that's horrible. Somebody said it's just overwhelming. You just have to attack it piece by piece is kind of how these things work and try and find out what the rhime or reason is. But anyway.
Well, no, if you told me I absolutely could not, like, you're going to die unless you break this code, like our virtual escape room, I can do it. It's
right.
not something I would choose to do out of the different, like AGK on Pump 4, Vegas Die, everybody's been asking about. We're going to start that next week. People have gotten their books now. Mike has been shipping stuff all over the country. We're going to, the Tinder of treasure hunts right here. We will match you. So I think that, what do we want to talk about the virtual escape room? We did it with about, I don't know, 5 or 6.
We are, but first, let's talk about another ride that came out, and this one is from Candy herself. This is the video that she put out. So Master Morpheus, write it down, go subscribe. This video has only got 67 views. By tomorrow, it should have thousands, but we'll see. Here's one.
Millions. Millions.
Chasing Indy, everybody. Chasing Indy on YouTube. She's at 846 subscribers. I think we should be able to get her to 1,000. She put out a video was it today? Yeah, today's the 13th. Today. Solve this and win. It's kind of simple. This one is not a code. This is not a numbers. This is kind of a word puzzle, right? Why is that blurry? Let me see. There we go. Go through her little riddle here, and hidden within this riddle are 3 clues that will help give you the answer. First person to email me the 3 clues and what they mean and give me the correct answer will win. houseofcandace@gmail.com. She did say she has not released, let me thumbs that up like you guys should be and subscribe. She did not say what the prize is, but it is going to be something Forrest Fenn related. So again, Chasing Indy on YouTube. There is yet another ride. That's actually breaking news, everybody. We got yet another ride in the Treasure Hunting Amusement Park. So thank you to Candy. She always has done a lot for treasure hunts and done a lot of her own hunts. So I will look at this when I get time. First thing I got to do is write all this down and see what kind of puzzle this is. Okay. You there, Kate Christie, or do you need me to take it over? You're muted. You're muted.
Sorry, I'm getting used to being on West Coast time. That this is in the middle of dinner, so I'm doing dinner at the same time because that's what you do when you're a mom. So
now let's go over a lot of the other rides, everybody. I heard somebody mention Dolos. Dolos has been getting interesting. Let me look that one up for anybody who doesn't know. I have not been able. I like Dolos. I like the website. I like how it looks, but I have not been able to find the time to work on it. And it sounds to me like there are a lot of people that are close. They're getting there. They are getting there. The Enigma of Dolos.com is the website right here. It is a website. These are not YouTube videos. There's a cipher right here. Is this different? Sometimes he makes changes. This is the cipher. There's a ring. The ring is supposed to help you with these keys. And then there is a poem. Somehow in conjunction, those two things give you a Gmail address, and you're supposed to send answers to him. I will give Dolos props because he did a little mini treasure hunt for $100 the other night. It was supposed to be released like on Tuesday, but at Monday night at like 11 p.m., he said, "Hey, I'm the master of trickery," right there. He released it early. It's still up here. He did have a winner. I came in 4th place, but it's a lot of fun. Right there, Mary Little is the one who won it. But right here, and this is still active, so you could actually solve this. And it was really a neat idea. It gave me an idea of somehow of maybe being able to do the same thing with YouTube. That was a $100 Amazon gift card that Mary Little won.
Oh, cool.
This prize has been increased to $1,500. It started at
Oh,
$1,100. It has now been increased to $1,500. And again, as the longer it goes, it sounds like the more it will increase. So the enigma of Dolos.com.
oh, AJ asked, who is the better cook, Kpro or Cowlazars?
Yeah, that would be Kpro. That would be hands down. I'm better at ciphers. She's better at cooking, everybody.
You're better at ordering pizza.
Yeah, I can make macaroni and cheese. Ick, The Shining, Holly says. Yeah, that one kind of has a horror theme to it. But yeah. And then that brings us to Mr. Clue. And did we say the Mr. Clue Zoom will be, Thursday at 7 p.m. after our normal
Thursday, just after the show. Yeah, yeah.
Mr. Clue is another YouTube-based one, which I really like to see that there's more YouTube-based treasure hunts coming out. My idea way back years ago when I did the very first grand adventure was the idea was to do treasure hunts through using YouTube videos. And now here it is. So this is day 35, treasure not found. And again, this is for, let's go to video 1 because I don't want to get it wrong. This is a boots on the ground treasure hunt, everybody. You have to figure out what these clues mean, and they lead you to a location. There will be 10 ounces of 24 karat gold has been hidden somewhere in America. 10 ounces of 24 karat gold is like, I don't know, $16,000 or $17,000 on the current value of gold. Amy Seek says, I'm really liking the Mr. Clue hunt. Me too. I mean, it points to Boston, but I'm just wondering, is there a trick? Is there a double meaning, and it's not even in Boston at all? And for those of you who don't know, the latest clue that came out today, which is clue.
Yeah, I was going to say, for the people in the Zoom that have been talking, it points to Boston. I've talked to some other people that are in completely different states, and they have some reasons.
It's just because one of the clues says Nick went to Mass, M-A-S-S. Is that Massachusetts, or is it some church? Mass is in the state. Mass.
But he also uses Maine.
This is very similar to the Jingle Bell Rock, in my opinion, right, JBR Princess? The clues are there, but they're going to have double meanings. This is the latest clue. If you were at the creek, now again, so it sounds like by clue 10, we're supposed to be somewhere physically at the creek. So I do not. I'm
okay. Hold on just a second. From the chat room, Bobby says, I think it's in New York. KC thinks it's in California. So I'm just saying it could be a little bit of everywhere. And I
know somebody who thought it was in Las Vegas, but that doesn't make sense to me. I wish it was here in Las Vegas, but I just couldn't make it. If you are at the creek, head to the west. Don't mind the leak. Just go past my test. So again, very cryptic clues. The solution will be given at the end. I'm assuming after it's found. Mr. Clue has put out bonus ciphers. There's a lot happening with Mr. Clue. Only 229 subscribers, really. Everybody go like the video and go subscribe. And even if you're not going to watch it or you're not interested in it, give it a thumbs up and subscribe to show some support for treasure hunts. But that is Mr. Clue in that Zoom and again, these Zooms that we do, just in case anybody's unclear, these Zooms we do, it's not we're going to all figure it out and split the prize. There's no agreements. It's just a place for people to discuss. Whoever finds it, if it's somebody from one of these Zooms, if they want to give something to somebody, that's on them. But there is no split. There is no percentages, nothing like that. I just think to collaborate, to have the group think is how a lot of these things would be solved. So that's what we do.
Yeah, and I think eventually we're going to have to talk about some of these Zooms, because I will say, like the one in the Beacon Star, everybody's participating, everybody's a part of things. There's some of the other Zooms that some people are camera off, not saying a word, they're just kind of listening. Some people are like, that's not really fair. And so we'll have to come up with some of the, we're really informal right now. We're going to see how this develops. Yeah. So
Holly Karn says, what Q code? QR code? I
we're
don't.
talking, Bobby D said earlier that the proxy is a QR code that you read, and that's what takes you to the Mr. Clue's final.
So Mr. Clue did finally come out and say there is a proxy item. We asked him, is it the actual gold we're going to find or a proxy item? And at first he didn't want to answer it. And this is in the description of one of the videos. This is not private info. This is on the video. He has a frequently asked questions section. He's finally come out and said, it is a proxy item. It is not the gold, but you will have the gold within 5 minutes of finding the proxy item. And we're just trying to understand. So maybe the idea is it's a QR code that leads you somewhere else. I don't know how you find something, but 5 minutes later you find the gold. I don't know. Well, it's an interesting idea, an interesting way to do it. So we will find out, I hope.
Mystery hopefully will be out right after and not wait 30 days.
So this Thursday is clue 11, if in fact he releases the clue. Sometimes he does these bonus clues, but there are only 12 clues total. So there's only 2 clues left, everybody. So you still have time. You can jump on it.
Oh, Mr. Clue has weighed in. 5 minutes is an estimate. So,
Wow.
but yeah.
It's 10 minutes. We're not going to get upset. The point is you find something that leads you somehow somewhere else. You know, the one bonus, the one cipher in the about section says the twins guard the gold. Don't know what that means. What does that mean? We'll just have to wait and see.
I just love that there's so many working on it, and so many are saying totally different things. That's what I'm loving.
Amy's got a good point. Well, sounds like some sort of electronic transfer, but if it's physical gold, then that would make sense. It could be Bitcoin, it could be, but if it's physical gold, we just have to wait and see, Amy, but that's a good idea. Maybe it's a key to a locker. Yep, people have thought of that, JBR Princess. You find it, you see, you know, go to the bus station, a locker, you open it. We just don't know. I'm more interested in seeing how he did this for future treasure hunts as much as trying to find it myself. Eleanor says it's totally Massachusetts, but where, I don't know.
Adorable how you say that. Adorable, I tell you. Okay.
And Mr. Clue says it was an idea I had to eliminate a random person finding it. So it sounds to me like a random person, if they stumble upon the proxy item, they're not going to know how to claim the gold because they have not seen the 12 clues. So,
which is really the really cool thing to think about. One of the reasons why Mike and I are going to hold off a little bit on our hunt is, one, we're developing the actual structure of it. But if this is super clever and it does stop someone from, we want to kind of glean the best of from the hunts that are out there right now. So I'm really excited to see how Mr. Clues ends, even though we don't want any of these to end. We do, because it'll be interesting to see that cleverness, the imagination piece.
So you know what they say, imitation is the highest form of flattery. So we're going to steal all the good ideas from all these treasure hunts and then make our own. So 2 future hunts is the AGK's treasure hunt. I'm really interested to get that book and see how that's going to work. Are they taking pre-orders yet or no?
Not yet, because there's an issue. They said with Amazon, they have decided to go Amazon. The book is going to be longer than expected.
Depends what's in the book. I mean, that could be okay. I don't know. I
They
don't
are
know.
taking.
I don't have any details on this. So
Yeah, well, so it's a standalone story, and then each of they're calling them scenes. They're really like chapters. They're asking someone to illustrate each one. I have put our family in, Mike. I don't know what that's going to look like. I said, give us one that's related to, they want line drawings. I said, give us one related to something kid related, because I thought it'd be cool if all the kids got together and maybe made a couple submissions. I haven't heard anything back yet. I think they said, tell me if I'm wrong, Room. I think they said September 1st, but they're not taking pre-orders yet.
estimate that could change, right?
Yeah, we're taking pre-orders for Vegas Die 2.0 is what we're calling it.
Yeah, we're going to talk about that in a second. Nemo says, do we know if it's in the U.S. or just North America? And I think he's talking about Mr. Clue. Mr. Clue said somewhere in America. To me, that is the 48 continental states, America proper. That's just the way I look at it. So I don't think it's in Canada. I don't think, it's not anywhere else other than in America. Nemo. Hope that answers that. And then Nemo, give a shout out to Nemo because he was helping us out for another treasure hunt before we get to Vegas Die. And I mentioned this one briefly before, if I can find my map. Oh, here it is. This is the Hunt for History. This is called the Hunt for History. This treasure hunt has been around for 10 years. This is a ride in the amusement park that we didn't even realize was there. It's in the corner and it was in the dark, but we finally turned the lights on and we hit power on it. So this treasure hunt is 10 years old. The creator reached out to me and actually sent me the treasure map. Check this thing out. This thing is huge. You guys can order this. This and the book together, I believe, is $55. And he says it's still valid and nobody solved it. And it sounds like nobody solved it because nobody really knows about it. It is in Washington County, Indiana. Do I have that right? Indiana, right? Yeah. Washington County, Indiana, and it does require boots on the ground. There are 12 specific geographic locations you have to travel to. One clue leads you to the next. It's a linear hunt. So anybody that's there, anybody that is within driving distance or, can actually go do it, like Nemo happened to be there, let me know, because I kind of understand how the hunt works. It's just I'm not able to go there because it's all the way over in Indiana. So I like the hunt. I like how he set it up. Again, cipher based, but it's kind of cipher based with a twist. He's using different landmarks where you take text from plaques and statues and things. So
Yeah, we solved the first one, but we need the plaque piece
Yeah,
to get to the
it's
second
solved.
one. And yeah.
And then we need the plaque to do the second one and that type thing. There is a Facebook group. Let me look it up here. And I'll give you guys a Facebook group if you're interested. So the original hunt, the gold was the prize, but nobody solved it. So he donated that gold to a club there. His whole idea for the hunt was to promote the history of that county. So now he has switched it to, I believe it's 10 pounds of gold, silver, not gold. Not gold. He switched it to 10 pounds of silver. And I may even have that wrong. But you guys can reach out to him if you're interested. And he said on the Facebook page, he will be updating what the prize is.
Nemo is saying the website is no longer active.
Yeah, the website is not. Everything is through the Facebook group.
Got it.
He said what he used to do was, there it is. This is it right here. This is the Facebook group, everybody. What he used to do was, because this guy lives in Washington County, Indiana, the Hunt for History. This whole thing was about raising money for charity and different civic groups, I believe, in that county, which is right around Indiana, Salem, Indiana. The county encompasses a couple states. And this is a picture of him. This is the author, and this is him donating the gold. In 2008, when nobody solved his treasure hunt, he donated the prize to 8 ounces of gold to Salem High School. So pretty awesome. But what he told me is that once a year, every year, he would put a reminder in the newspaper of Washington County, reminding everybody there's still this treasure hunt that nobody ever solved. And once he saw our show, he reached out to us to say, hey, maybe your viewers of your program might be interested in this. And for any area, I think it's an awesome thing. So right there in the chat is the link to the Facebook group. You can reach out to him. You can order it from him. You don't have to have the booklet. The booklet just tells you what the ciphers are on the map. All you need is the map. And yeah, all the details are right here. So
yeah, it's called The Hunt for History, a treasure hunt of skill and intellect.
He's got a cool little poem here. And he's just the map is $45. The handbook is $15. Together, he will sell them for $55. So there it is. Colossus@hotmail.com. All the info you need is right here. Yeah, me and Kpro are kind of doing it. It's just we need somebody to be boots on the ground there. And yeah, that's kind of where that is. So yeah,
if we have somebody that's local near there, let's team up. I think we could knock this whole thing out if we had somebody boots on the ground local, probably very quickly. So Mike and I, this is a good introduction for me into ciphers because they weren't super advanced. And he's actually given a book and said, these are the ones I've used. Yeah. So go crack it. And it was like, oh. And so Mike actually figured out the first one pretty quick with, okay. Yeah. And it was pretty cool because Mike was like, okay, I'm going to start reading off. And I started recording and then the words came up and it was like, oh, is that misspelled? Nope, that's not misspelled. And it was fun. So, and if you think about it, if you're trying to get your significant other or whoever interested, Mike and I are going to do some Zooms about how we just sit and kind of try to crack these types of things. So there you have it.
And the silver that he says 10 or 12 pounds, whatever it was, I looked up the value. It's like $3,000 in silver at the current value. So, you know, pretty awesome. I think the trick there is not the ciphers. The trick there is finding the landmarks in the actual county itself. But yeah, there's that one. And then we come to Vegas Die 2.0. Me and Kpro are very excited for this one because this is here in Vegas. This is the treasure hunt I worked on 12 years ago, and I was close, but not close enough.
No cigar, man.
So that book is going to come back out in just about 5 or 6 weeks from now. New clues, new treasure hunt, $2,500. This is a boots on the ground hunt somewhere in the valley of Las Vegas. I know JBR Prince is going to be all over it. The prize, there will be a portion of book sales that go to the prize pool. And what we're looking for is the pieces of 8 coin. Again, I have to find that PDF that he sent me. If you want to tell them how it works, I'll see if I can find it real quick.
Yeah, so it is a rather long book, I will say. And I went through the first couple of chapters, and Dpro had a little bit of a hard time just because it is a novel, and it's really an adult novel. I will say for kiddos and things, I think it'd be good. I'll get him involved once we start picking apart what the actual clues are. So clues are embedded in the story. We have what's called a Vegas Die 1.0 and 2.0 because when Mike was involved in the hunt 10, 15 years ago, that is the same book that they're putting out now, or Steve Grogan is putting out now, but Steve Grogan has made some changes to it. So the new book that's coming out, there's a new hunt that's embedded in it. So there's the 1.0, 2.0. We will be going over the key differences between the two. The first thing that we're going to do, though, is go over 1.0, and Mike was a part of the hunt then. He put out the solve then. So we're getting to kind of get to know the originator in how he builds solves. He did put the entire solve out on a website. We have that information. That website is now down. And so we're going to walk through all of that before the release. We do get the book a couple weeks before everybody else does. If you pre-order with us, we're going to get it out to you as quickly as we have them. So if you are interested, we got our hands on as many 1.0 books. We sold them quickly. We were told we didn't sell them for enough. That is not what it was about. It was about getting them out for you guys just to kind of have some fun with this hunt. And so we sold out, the first night. And so we did actually have to refund some people because we didn't have enough books. And so
I was able to get everybody who ordered a book. It's in the mail and you should have it.
nice. Okay.
Money. And let me show you on eBay. So this is the hunt for history. If you go to eBay and you put in Vegas Die book, here it is. There's one. Now this is for $16. The problem is a lot of these, when you click on it, they come back and they go, oh, that's out of stock. Sorry, because I tried to buy these. Here it is I know this one's valid. So this is for $38. You can get it off of eBay. I have 2 left. This is the original book from 12 years ago. If you want this book, you can order it from me and Kpro for, so it's going to have to be $40, guys. Sorry. If it's on eBay for 38, I've got to get the bubble mailer to put it in, and that includes media mail shipping and all that. So if anybody's interested in the copy of this book, it's $40. And the reason you want it is because when the new book comes out, you can compare the two and see what he changed. I'm sure he's going to change things other than the actual clues,
Right.
but the majority of the book will be the same. And this, if I can bring it up, this is what he's going to hide, or I don't know if he already hid. When the book comes out, this is what we are looking for. This is a pieces of 8 Spanish coin. El Salvador, San Jose, 1680. So this is a 8 real for anybody that knows anything about doubloons. I don't know if a doubloon or a Spanish 8 is the same thing. Date 1679. The mint was Potosi. So he actually hid this coin, or is going to, somewhere in the Las Vegas Valley. This is like a little certificate of authenticity to Steve Treasures where you find it. I'm assuming this is the guy who actually found it. And that's all the details we have. You find this coin, the clues in the book will lead you to this coin. You get the coin, you turn it into the author, and he will give you the $2,500. What is not clear is if you get to keep the coin. Somebody told me that coin is like worth $1,500 by itself. So I'm going to talk to the author and say, you got to let us keep the coin. The coin itself is cool.
Yeah.
The coin and the prize fund, that would be perfect. So I don't have confirmation yet that we get to keep the coin, but I hope that we will.
Yeah, and has some precedents out there. He gave no private hints before. He is going to be on the show. He is somebody that Mike got to know just because of, I don't think you talked to him for years after, but because you were kind of really into the hunt. Yeah, and so very similar.
Cowlazars or YouTube back then. I wish there would have been. That's kind of the genesis for myself on how I got into treasure hunting. So,
Oh, do you want to answer this question, Mike? What about Captain Cook?
hey, Captain Cook, that was a second treasure hunt that Stephen did, the same author, but this one was based in Hawaii, and I myself have never been to Hawaii. Nobody solved Captain Cook, so that one, it's possible that could come back around too. You never know, but I think he wants to see how Vegas Die is going to do when it comes back out as a new treasure hunt.
Yeah.
So about 6 weeks that'll be out. I have 2 of the original books left. If you want it, PayPal me $40 and email me where you want it shipped, and I will get it out to you. And then we are also taking pre-orders for the new book. Now the new book, you can go to Barnes and Noble. I'll bring that up real quick. And it's just because the only reason we're able to get the book is the author reached out because he knew me from the other treasure hunt. And I was like, guess what? Me and Kpro do a show on treasure hunting. And it was like, wow, okay, there's the pieces of 8. So if we go to Barnes and Noble and we say Vegas Die, where is it? Now Barnes and Noble says, oh, the old book is out there for audio. This is a audio book. You could listen to it that way if you want. There were some ciphers in the book, minimal, but they were there. This is the new book, and the new book is $34.99 to pre-order. September 15th. Again, me and Kpro should have the book available by the end of August. As soon as we get it, for anybody that pre-orders from us, we're going to ship it. And we were selling the book for, I want to say, was it $30, right? And
I thought it was, yeah, it was $24.99 and then plus shipping.
Well, that includes shipping, so it's $30. Yeah, if you want it from us, it's $30 plus shipping. What, Kate? Go ahead and say what you got to say.
You always say apples to oranges. So yes, you say it in the worst possible light, but that's just a marketing thing because it's just marketing 101. Yes.
I just want to know what I got to pay to get a book. And it's
but you're bringing up Barnes & Noble that isn't saying that. That $34.99 does not include shipping.
Oh, I don't know.
Or taxes or anything.
I'm just showing
Right.
you can order it if you want, other than us. That's all.
Yes, but just realize their price, we're putting ourselves in the worst light. You asked me to say it.
It's not about, yeah. Anyway, anybody that's interested, just email me, cowlazars@gmail.com. Okay, and that's Vegas Die. I know we're missing what other treasure hunts. I know we're missing a couple. I know there was Niamo Spec was another one on YouTube. Right? Let me look that one up. But this one, we're not sure what the prize is. All we know is it'll be worth it if you solve it. So this one is called The Cipher. Niamo Spec is the channel. And this is all we have to go on. This is it. So I don't know if it says boots on the ground armchair, 1 prize. There's a Google Drive where you can actually download what's in the video if you want to zoom in on it, that kind of stuff like that. But this is all we got. A piece of the new world. These are opals and numbers. I'm looking forward to Randy's next video when he was talking about how he would go about solving something like this. And that's it. I know we're missing some. What are we missing?
I don't know.
And
No, that's enough for me.
A lot of people are into that. We're going to do that Zoom. Me and Kpro are not going to actively look for that anymore. Are face masks required in public in Vegas right now? Yes, they are. To go anywhere in public, you have to have that face mask on. Parish was another one. That's right. I have to look up the Facebook group. I'm not familiar with Parish. What I heard is that's up in the Boston or Maine, that area. And because it's on the other side of the U.S., I really haven't looked into it that much. But maybe I should. Parish is another one. Candy, if you want to send me a link to the Facebook group, I will show it for Parish for sure. Or if anybody has a link to the Facebook.
It says Whistle Pig is not a friendly hunt. A child died. Is that true?
I don't know anything about the Whistle Pig. I have the book. I knew it was a treasure hunt way back in the day, but I don't know anything about that.
Yeah, I agree. Copper Dan, Amy Seeks is not allowed. I heard that too. Amy's been disqualified. She's not allowed to look for Mr. Clue. I'm so sorry.
Oh, I thought you were talking about Dan needing a hard hat.
Oh,
yeah, please.
Yeah.
That didn't look fun at all.
Oh, yeah.
Chasing Indy says parish update. I think someone's close to solving it. Now, how would you know that, Chasing Indy, unless you knew the solution? But if you want to send me the link to it, Candy, I will show it here and put it in.
And I'm just kidding, guys. Amy's sweet and wonderful, but she's a little bit too smart for her own good. So we got to rule out, again, we're just like on the amusement park video, friends and competitors all at the same time.
So Madman says, I had to quit treasure hunting and focus on my job. Bummer. But that's the thing about the Treasure Hunting Amusement Park. It's always open, and you can always come back to it when you have the time. They never close. The rides are always there. They close when the treasure has been found, but we have a lot that are open presently. And then, of course, there's the secret. You know, of course, there's the Beacon Star. I should mention Randy's book. Very code-based, but at least we know it's in Denver. The prize pool is at like $7,300 right now. So I will put, and if Randy sells 500 books, he will give us a little, he's going to tell us which one of the puzzles is a red herring.
But he did change that. He also said that he would give a hint, but it's only to, I don't know, something after the fact if he gets so many reviews on Amazon, right?
Yes. So there's two things. If he sells 500 bucks, he will tell us which page is a red herring, because one of them is. This is where you get it on Amazon. It's called the Beacon Star. It only costs $7, everybody. He also wanted a bunch of reviews. Let's see how many he's got. Reviews.
He had 6 at the time.
Yeah, 15. He says
oh, nice.
20 positive reviews, everybody. If he gets up to 20 positive reviews, he will give us a hint about the token itself that we are looking for. It's called the Beacon Star. It's a very good.
Oh, do you see William? He's going to be boots on the ground Saturday for Beacon Star.
Oh, nice, William. If you need anything, let me know. I mean, if you want me to, I don't know, help somehow, let me know. I bet Cowlazars names his new baby Fritz. What does that mean? Fritz? I don't know.
Okay, Sam is asking, Yellowstone meetup still on? Yes, at this time. I will tell you, there is some people that were going to be going are no longer going, but Cynthia will be there unless it is illegal to travel or get into the state. Montana is one of the most conservative states when it comes to shutting down borders and COVID issues. So I will say I don't know. I don't know if it's actually going to happen, but if it is legal to get there, we will make it happen.
So Beacon Star on Amazon, and here is Parish, a treasure hunt. So on Facebook, this is the group, and this is how you figure out the clues, and you send the answer in, and I'm going to put this link in the chat right now. I forget what is the prize. So if it's missing, do not dwell. Cause and effect will surely tell. Cause, that reminds me of a raven. But the artwork's pretty beautiful. Look at this. These images are how you solve this, correct? And yeah, maybe we should spend some time on this, because I really haven't looked at this at all. There's just so many hunts and so little time. Yeah, we'll see.
Well, William, sit in the Beacon Star this Beacon Star tomorrow night, because if you're going to be boots on the ground Saturday, several have already been solved. So
oh, God. Yeah, that'll be cool. And that's the trick on the Beacon Star, is you need to figure out where these landmarks are. There's 10 that we know of for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
secret. I mean, there's some of these bigger ones that are still out there, I'm trying to think. What else? Fandango, but of course that's going to end by the end of this year. We will definitely do a show on the solution of Fandango when that comes out, and whoever ran that thing better put out a solution. It hasn't been found after 10 years, I believe, 10 or 20. So that's on that island over there.
Oh, Parish is $5,000 in gems.
$5,000 in gems. That's awesome. Yeah. There's the Treasure Man caches. We've been focusing on Theodosia, but there's other caches, and we're all waiting for his big one to come out. And then, so Amy Seek says, I am in for all the Zooms. All right, email me. I think I got you already, Amy. But anybody else out there, if you want in for these Zooms this week, just email me. And we'll get you.
And that's okay. Ad asks, what was the article you were talking about related to Theodosia? I realize it's sensitive. It's not sensitive. I am who I am, and here you go. And Indy and I are like close, so it's not. I'm not saying anything untrue. It's just, and so we're just. So article I was talking about. I don't know. I don't word it differently. I don't know what article. Oh, I know what you're talking about. I will talk about it in the Zoom, but H had sent me an article to a fundraiser that he did for special needs children and the school. The school is out. Everybody knows it now, because we actually, during the Zoom, put it together between several of us. And I went, I know he did a fundraiser for a school, and he had sent me the article via Facebook Messenger. I never opened it at the time, not even thinking like you have to research the man. He actually wants you to research the man, which, go ahead, Mike.
No, ad nauseum. He just said, "Oh no, not you guys. The people that are complaining." He didn't mean you or us are complaining. He's just heard people are complaining.
Yeah. No, and I'm okay with it. I mean, I'm used to a lot more than that. So yeah, Jason Indy said I quit Theodosia. I did too. So I have said I will go in for one last Zoom, give the information, make an area to facilitate discussion, and then I'm out. That's it, forever and ever and ever. And some people have asked me, when are you going to be back in North Carolina? Very soon. And so when I am, some people have asked me if I'll go out. I probably won't. I might. I don't know. It depends. I really just, yeah. So I don't know. I don't want to. I think this one, he should go take it back and rehide it somewhere else. There's just been too many lessons learned, and I do not think it was intentional or there was malintent. I just think,
Yeah, it's hey, on all these treasure hunts, I'll just say this real quick. All these treasure hunts are at your own risk. I mean, some people have said, well, you're showing all these YouTube videos, all these treasure hunts from these unknown people. What if somebody solves it and they don't get the money, or it's a scam or whatever? Well, one, just about everyone we've shown is free. You decide how much effort and time you want to put in it. But even if it costs money, it's at your own risk. We just putting information out. What you do with it is up to you.
and
Yeah.
we don't know, I don't know personally, other than Mike on the Grand Adventure. I don't know any of them personally. And look at the Forrest Fenn hunt. Look at what happened with Masquerade. Look what happened with with the David Blaine hunt. There's controversies around them. So again, the other thing is enter at your own risk, but also it's hobbies, guys. Don't think this is how you're going to pay your bills.
Right.
Okay.
I want to remind everybody about the hintofriches.com. It is the treasure hunting forum. We've got spots here for Beacon Star, Mr. Clue, The Secret, Vegas Die, the Forrest Fenn hunt. If you guys still want to discuss, I know Dale is shutting down his blog, or at least not letting new posts happen. So right here, if you guys still want to talk about Forrest Fenn and the solution, Treasure Man, general hunts, off topic. We did not add one for Dolos, but that's only because he has a forum on his site. On his website, there is already a forum. We could add one for Mr. Morpheus. I think we should. What do you think, Kpro?
Well, some people have been putting under general hunts. They're starting to get, like Dolos was one of them. And I have put in there, if anybody wants a sub forum put up, I absolutely will. I mean, or just by request. Once I start working on them, I like to have a separate one because it's too hard. I can tell you on the Forrest Fenn hunts, or the Forrest Fenn hunt still, we're getting over 50 posts a day. So the other ones, it depends on if it's public or private. So it's totally up to you guys if you want them. So yeah, and we're getting probably 5 to 10 new users a day, which is really cool. Know that it is moderated, guys. If you get into attacking, cursing, that sort of thing.
We're not going to allow that in our chat. We're not going to allow it on the forum. Yeah.
Yeah, and some people say that's censoring. Yes, I get to. It's just like if I owned a bar, I get to decide if it's a biker bar, a country bar, what kind of bar it is. That's how. Do I get a spot? Sure, you get a spot. I don't know what that means. Like spot on Thor. Sure, I'm up for whatever you guys want.
And a big hello to Ryan and Davo. I see them in the chat. We've been working on Beacon Star and making a little progress, actually, a little bit.
I do have to say, I enjoyed, even though I wasn't following all of it on Beacon Star, because you guys are collaborating and there is some things that were solved during that time. Just like our Theodosia, even though you were like, I'm out, this is stupid, is how I think you ended it.
It's not that it's stupid. It's just because it's halfway across the country for me. And I just, by reading the Theodosia PDF, I was like, well, I don't even know where to start. Like, at least with Mr. Clue, there's 12 clues. Figure out what they mean. Theodosia never had this is what you figure out. I have no idea where to start with.
I look at your Grand Adventure and go, what the hell? But then you explained it and it made sense. And so, yeah.
That adventure will be coming out in a week or two. And this one I'm going to make a lot harder. I'm trying to think if we could do a prize other than a Chase Opley, but we'll figure that out. The prize, not what we talked about, something else. The prize for Dpro's treasure hunt, Dpro's Grand Adventure, is a Chaseopoly game. So you guys check
You're
that.
killing me. See, you ask me offline, you'll say, oh, can I do this? And I'll say no. And then you bring it up here like, oh, in passing. It's totally opposite of what we talked about.
Oh, I know what I could give. Okay, when I do the Grand Adventure, I
Don't
totally.
say it.
When I do the Grand Adventure, I will let you guys know. I think it's kind of cool. I'll let you guys know what that prize will be. Okay. And I'm sure there's some treasure hunts we're probably missing. There's got to be some other stuff happening, right?
Yeah, I mean, all the time. But those are the ones we kind of wanted to hit a little bit of everything. Question for the room I would like to ask. We still have some Forrest Fenn clips. Some of them are kind of a moot point now, obviously, for obvious reasons. But would you guys still like to see them? We have a few more. I don't think they're, I mean, again, just because of the state of the chase, I don't think we're going to be hearing from Forrest until after some of these things settle. And the Chicago one asking for an extension, if she gets granted an extension, I think it's going to be a little while longer. Do you guys want to see some more Forrest Fenn clips? They will be from last November. They are not, somebody said, oh, you alluded that you got an interview from Forrest when you were in Santa Fe last week. No, I didn't allude to that. Some people were saying I did, and I didn't say no or yes. So no, there's no new interview at this point. But okay, sure, yes.
Yes. I was kind of over the Forrest Fenn thing. I've been waiting. In other words, I'm waiting for the real solution to come out or some new info. But all right, if you guys want the clips, then that's what we'll do.
Okay, well, I'll go through it and we will try to get, that'll be our Thursday show. We'll put out some new Forrest Fenn stuff because I still want to talk a little bit about, I was more into the Forrest Fenn hunt that you were always all over the amusement park. I was riding one ride.
And there's something I've been thinking about, and which I will just talk about it live because that's what I do on Kpro. Is we've been doing shows that cover all these treasure hunts, but I think we need to specialize. We need to do a show just on this treasure hunt, not go over all the other 18 other things we got going on because we always have other stuff going on. I think we should start specializing the videos on certain hunts. The other thing we want to do is start doing videos exclusively for Facebook. Could be a Facebook Live, could be a Facebook video. So that's something we're looking at as well. And our group on Facebook is called Cowlazars and Kpro's Grand Adventure. And that's a group where we post all the videos, all the links to all the videos that we make. So anybody that wants to go there and check that out, and a lot of the treasure hunting articles and news, like the Morpheus, this new one for $2,500 Saturday night. I put the link in the Grand Adventure. Those people had that video, and that video had 0 views when I went to see it Saturday night. So you might get a jump on some people on some info. You just never know. The video was redone and put back up, which is good because the creator had to double check something. So there's nothing wrong with that. We never want errors. But yeah, that's our Facebook group. Hint of Riches is the forum. Cowlazars and Kpro's Grand Adventure on Facebook.
I've been a lot on Facebook. I have to tell you, I wasn't a part of Facebook more than 2 years ago. I got into Facebook because there was a couple discussion groups I wanted to related to Forrest Fenn. I vent there. I chat there in a whole different way. So yeah.
Says, Kpro, if you can get Forrest to sit down for a live Zoom meeting, I'll give up coin number 3. Wait, you giving it to Forrest or you giving it to Kpro? That's what I want to know. Technicality. Good luck with that one.
If I can get Forrest to sit down for a live Zoom meeting, I'll give up coin 3. Yeah, I always ask. I mean, he tells me no all the time. And and somebody asked, how do we know if Forrest is still alive? I've talked to him on the phone, guys. This is not a conspiracy. He's just needing more time because of people suing. I don't think there's Occam's razor. It's like, it's that simple. So Jack
says, do we know if Forrest has possession of the chest? I don't know that. I don't know who has possession of the chest.
I do not know that. One of the questions that I want to ask him, I'm making a list because I'm sure he's going to take questions eventually, is does he have the bracelet? We know he was wearing it for that short time. Would the finder want to, I don't know. So
says, ick, I hate that someone is bugging Forrest. Kpro, are you bugging Forrest? Forrest
lets me know when I bug him. Let's just put it that way.
Honest answer.
Yeah. So no, I mean, I have lots of feelings and thoughts, but I'm not going to give it, other than Forrest has friends, Forrest has people in his life, and Forrest gets to decide when and how he communicates with those people. And though I appreciate everyone thinking that they should supervise Forrest's life, Forrest is a big boy.
And I would just say for anybody that does bug Forrest, guess what? I bet they don't get a response. If you're bugging Forrest, he's probably not going to talk to you, that type of thing. But anyway, okay. Yeah, what do we have? 18 Zooms this week. We have Beacon Star tomorrow, Theodosia Wednesday, and Mr. Clue on Thursday. Maybe we do one on Morpheus. I don't know. We'll see. That one I need to sit down and look at. That one does look intense. $2,500, $2,500, everybody. Dpro's Treasure Hunt. I'm not going to say anything because I do know the solution. That is Dpro's Treasure Hunt. So I'm out of it. I'm ineligible to play, put it that way. Whatever hints you gave out, you need to put in the description of the video, though. Okay.
You sure do. Yes.
And for the people who sent their answer to chaseopoly@gmail.com, yeah, we have the answers. None of them have been correct yet. I don't know if Dpro wants to respond to those emails, but we'll let him do that.
And to be fair, I think the person was talking about the Chicago lawyer that keeps contacting Forrest and saying, oh, I email him all the time. And I've just, yeah, those are the people that need to stop. Just stop. If you're suing Forrest, don't think you're his friend.
William, the Beacon Star Zoom is at 6 p.m. tomorrow. Our normal our time for the show, 6 p.m. If you're going to be in Denver, it's 6 p.m. Pacific, 6 o'clock. So, yeah, there it is, everybody. Lots of fun stuff going on in the treasure hunt.
Yeah, Indy talked to Forrest about being in Canasta jail because she got her Chaseopoly.
So, oh, that's cool. Oh, that's funny. We got Chaseopoly. That's cool. I will say this. I mean, Kpro, we're all about these treasure hunts. We get the info out. It's time we actually solve one and win one. So let's pick one. I know you're doing I'm doing Vegas Die. I like Mr. Clue, Beacon Star, now Morpheus. I mean, there's just a lot out there. But I like Dolos and I like Niamo Spec. I like all of them, but to really sit down and try and spend some time.
Well, and I love JBR Princess, but I'm getting the Rock this year. I'm getting the Rock this year. And we have, some people are making fun of us because they're like, you're treasure hunters. What have you won? We won the boots on the ground one. Dpro was the closest on one that we walked by. I'm sorry. But if you think about it, there's 500,000 people. There's like 8 hunts. 8 out of 500,000 are going to win. It's all the fun of getting out there. And now we're developing some. So
I'm going to look at it, Chasing Indy. She says, I'd be curious to see if Mike and Kpro could crack it. I'm going to read it. I'm going to write it out. I'm going to actually study it. So yeah. Let us know when the prize is. Let us know when when you're going to release what the prize is. I'm sure you'll put it in the video, but if you could let us know, that'd be cool too. Okay. There it is, everybody.
there you have it.
That is the amusement park. It's open. What ride are you going to go on? And I guess we'll see everybody in the Zooms that want to participate, and we will be back on Thursday. It's a very small possibility we're not going to do Thursday's show, everybody. That's a possibility.
Yeah. There's some life stuff happening.
If we don't, then we'll probably come back on over the weekend. So that's why you got to be subscribed to the channel, and you have to hit that bell, and you have to hit all. And then also on the Cowlazars channel, trying to get 4,000 subscribers on the Cowlazars channel. It is a slow road, but for anybody who has subscribed, we say thank you.
Yep.
Okay. I think that's it. Let's go ahead and take it out with the amusement park theme song. We'll see everybody next time.
It's open when it's light, it's open when it's dark. It's the Treasure Hunt Amusement Park. Masquerade and Forrest Fenn are closed, but there are plenty more rides than just those. There's Beacon Star and Treasure Man, Vegas Die and Oak Island. Give them a try and you'll be smiling. This place never closes, that's for certain. There's always a reason to keep searching. Boots on the ground, look, look, look. Your ticket to the ride is the book. The dream of the treasure is the hook. The dream of the treasure is the hook. Keep searching forever, start searching now. Grand adventures with Kpro and Cow. The secret, a gypsy's kiss, the whistle pig. Come watch our show, win a prize, little or big. This place never closes, that's for certain. There's always a reason to keep searching. Boots on the ground, look, look, look. Your ticket to the ride is the book. The The dream of the treasure is the hook. The dream of the treasure is the hook.
All right. We will see you next time.